Walk to the gown, to my gown, with my hands where I can see them. At this point, I can easily contaminate my gown and everything if I allow myself to drip on there. So it's really important that when you grab your towel to dry, that you don't drip on your gown. If you do, then you've contaminated it and you need a new gown. When you dry, you want to think about your towel having two ends, where one end dries one hand and the other end dries the other. So this end is going to dry my left hand. So I'm going to start at my fingers. I'm going to just dry as much as I need to dry. And then I'm going to continue down my arm, being really careful not to let the tail of the towel touch my scrub. So you can appreciate how far I'm holding my hands out in front of me. Once that's dry, then this hand is going to come under and to the other end, so that now I use the other dry end to dry the other hand. Again, starting at my fingertips, working my way down, never ever going back towards my hand. So no back and forth motion, only down. Okay, when I'm done with that, I can either just drop the towel on the floor or drop it somewhere on the side, something like that. If you feel like you still have a little bit of moisture on your hands, which will make it hard to glove, you can just wave your hands around a little bit. Then it's time to grab your gown. When you grab your gown, you want to grab it as a unit, not touching anything on the blue, on your gloves, anything. I'm going to grab it, so I'm not going to grab it down on the table. I'm going to grab it kind of in the middle of the gown. And I'm going to lift the whole thing up like this, and then I'm going to let it drop. Okay? The other thing I'm going to do when I do this is I'm going to check my surroundings. I'm going to say, okay, this anesthesia machine is quite close to me, so I probably don't want to be near it. If I was a tall person, that electrical outlet might be an issue, but fortunately I'm not a tall person. So I'm going to step in an area that is pretty much free of everything to put my gown on. So I'm going to only be handling it at the collar of the gown, and I'm going to get my hands into the gown and kind of shimmy it on as much as possible. Now I'm not going to fix this, so even though it's not totally on my shoulders, that's not my job to fix. That's whoever's going to tie me in, that's their job. So we'll take a break to tie me. Okay, so now I've been tied in. During this whole process, my fingers are not allowed to come through my cuffs ever. If they do come through the cuffs, even just this little amount, I've contaminated my glove and I need to get a new gown, or sorry, my gown, and I need to get a new one. So now, keeping my hands in my gloves, I'm going to open up my gloves. Fortunately, the companies are really nice and they tell you which is left and which is right on your packet. So as long as you align it up to yourself, you can't go too wrong that way. They also tell you which way the gloves are oriented, so you always want your fingers pointing away from you in the package. So you're going to open up your gloves. I can touch anything on my glove as long as my fingers stay in my gown, because I'm sterile, this is all sterile, okay? So then, it doesn't matter which one you do first, right or left. I always just do my left one first. So what you do is you take the glove that's been in the package, and the way that they're packaged is with their thumb up, okay? So I'm gonna grab the glove at its cuff, and I'm gonna take that thumb and I'm gonna put it down towards my hand. So I've put my palm up, this is my thumb here. My palm is up, the thumb is down, and the fingers are back towards me, okay? Then I'm going to grab the cuff of the glove with my hand that's in the cuff of the gown. I'm going to grab just the side that's closest to me, just like that, okay? So that then I can take and put the glove over my cuff, like that, or start to get it over the cuff. Then I'm going to take, and before I do anything else, I'm going to make sure that my glove is going to stay over my cuff and over my gown. And so I'm going to take my cuff of the glove and I'm going to pull it down as far as I can, because that is my security, to make sure that as I'm wiggling my fingers around to get them in the glove, that I don't accidentally tear the glove off and contaminate everything. So once I'm to this point, then I'm going to take my hand and my collar, and I'm going to pull my gown down with my glove and get my fingers into the glove all the way. So it's really important that you help yourself and put your hand all the way into your glove before starting your second glove. So then I'm going to do the same process on this one. I'm going to put, so my palm is up with my thumb lateral. I'm going to put my thumb to thumb, and with my fingers facing towards me, I'm going to grab the cuff of the lower cuff of the glove with the cuff of my gown, and I'm going to put that over so that then I can cover my entire cuff and get that glove way down onto my glove before I pull the glove or the gown down to get my hand into the gown or into the glove. So then once I'm to this point, then I can organize my gloves, make sure that they're all, feeling good. If you have some wrinkles in your gown, it's not a big deal. It might be a little uncomfortable at the end of the surgery, but it's not gonna hurt anything. Biggest thing is that the cuff of your glove covers the cuff of your gown, and that is it.